Thanks again for joining me on another biking adventure. Today, you will never believe where I am. I'm in Fig Tree Pocket. I have literally never been to Fig Tree Pocket. This is the Brisbane River, and this is one of the most beautiful parklands I have come across ever. You've got the jacarandas flowering, falling all over the place. But anyway, what I want to show you today is a bikeway, and it's called the Cubberla Creek Bikeway. Hey, just a big shout out to Paul Mason for suggesting me to ride this one. I would never have known about it unless if you put it in the comments of my previous Boondall Wetlands video. Thanks, mate. This one goes out to you. It starts at the very foothills of Mount Coot-tha. That's kind of where the headwaters of Cubberla Creek is. It comes out somewhere a lot more further up there near Lone Pine Sanctuary. It comes out into the Brisbane River. In this ride, I'm going to take you up to the very beginning of Cubberla Creek Bikeway, and then I'm going to come all the way down here. It's about 11.5 kilometers. But what I want to do as well, there's a couple of interesting things. When we finally get back to this site, I want to show you a little bit around Fig Tree Pocket. I've never been here before, but I've learned a couple of things. Thank you very much for, once again, clicking on this video. Give it a like if you enjoy this kind of stuff. Otherwise, we're going to check out the bikeway and we're going to check out what Fig Tree Pocket has to offer. Let's get up to the start of the bikeway. Please subscribe. Okay, so let's take a look at our route today. Now, this is Fig Tree Pocket all the way down here. But as I said, I'm going to be starting right at the base of Mount Coot-tha, where Cubberla Creek actually begins. So let's zoom on right down and I'll spin the view around. Because this is at the base of Mount Coot-tha, we are going downhill a lot. Now, I'll give you actually a bit more value for money. I actually went up a trail here called Kakakota track, and we come up to Channel 9, somewhere here. There it is. There's a tower. And I actually begin from there. Just don't do it. Trust me on this one. You'll see why in the video. We work our way following Cubberla Creek, and this segment of bush here, this is generally creek line. It's pretty cool. Like, I really enjoyed going down exploring creeks, but I do actually do 3 side quests. I do take a quick squiz at the Chapel Hill Water Reservoir. There it is, hidden in the middle of bushland. And then I take a look down at a segment down here called The Hut. It's an environmental center, and I thought, heck, let's just take a look at it. And the third place is the Green Hill Reservoir. Now, you're really going to like this. And look at this. I didn't even know the name of it. Sir Thomas Gaffney lookout. You are really going to like this lookout. Getting back to the Cubberla Creek Bikeway, we then continue on all the way down here, and I found an absolutely stunning drainway here. Okay, it goes underneath this whole roadway system. This is Kenmore Road, I believe. Very, very busy road. And then we go on through and we follow it all the way to the Centenary Highway, or the Western Freeway. This is also a very popular cycleway. If you haven't seen my Centenary Motorway Bikeway video, this is where it is. We go on across, and then we come to the end of the actual bikeway, which is over here. This is called Dobell Street. Rainbow Park is absolutely magical, but what I do then is I show you the mystical rainbow forest, I think they call it. In here, can I just say, this is just one of the most amazing areas I have ridden in a long, long time. Cubberla Creek runs through here. You're going to absolutely love it. And it runs all the way through here. This is the actual inlet. Let's see if I can spin it around right there. However, you cannot get to here. It lies in between private property, and I don't feel like jumping nobody's fence in this video. I make a quick pit stop at Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. That's been there for many, many years. Then we keep on going down through the guts of it. This is a main street. What I do in the actual video, disregard the yellow line. That's kind of the route that I took when I started, because I parked my car here. I actually located a pristine trail that runs all the way down this side of the Brisbane River. It goes all the way around, and we come around to the parkland. They call it the Botticelli Street Park. Absolutely one of the best and most hidden secret parks. It's no secret, obviously, but it is absolutely beautiful. One thing I will just say, in this parkland right in the middle of Fig Tree Pocket is Biami Yamba Park, and there is rumored to have been a massive Morton Bay fig tree right in the middle of this park. It's no longer here, but it was like one of those avatar trees. It was able to shelter 400 people directly underneath it, apparently. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video, guys. Thanks once again for tuning in. Let's jump onto the bike. Just before I get to the start of the bikeway, I just want to show you a brand new helmet that I've recently purchased, and I have to say I really like this. Great protection from magpies here, good head protection around the side, and I've even got this little bit of a skull cap underneath here just for a bit of neck protection. I'll leave a link in the description if you are keen to check one out for yourself. Costed me about 66 bucks, something like that, and I really like it. The other thing that I recently got were brand new mountain biking shoes, and they are a turnstile one that can loosen up and tighten up. They're called Sandugos. They're brand new. They costed me about $81. Just in case if you're interested in checking them out, I did a video on each of these. I just thought I'd plug that for a second because I actually think they're great value for money. Biking gear can be extremely expensive. So anyway, I'll leave those links in the description for you. Let's go. Wow. Look, I'm still in Fig Tree Pocket, and I just have to say, there are so many hidden secrets here. Wow, is all I can say. Anyways, I'll show it all to you, I think. Can I just say, as I'm working my way up to the start point, this is beautiful. I think you're gonna really, really love this bikeway, and just seeing some of the sights at Fig Tree Pocket. It's just so gorgeous. I'm riding in spring, loads of jacarandas, they're all in bloom, and they're all making a mess on the footpath behind me. Can you believe I haven't even arrived at my start point, and geez, there's this thing. What the heck? This wasn't on my map. Gosh. Gosh, man, how gorgeous is this? I better get to the start point, eh? What the heck? It's a big mower. Over there you can see some of the TV stations on Mount Coot-tha. All right, here we go. Here we are at the beginning of the Cubberla Creek cycleway. I'm at the base of Mount Coot-tha. Now, Cubberla Creek sort of all comes from here. This is sort of where the headwaters are. This is where we're going to start, but I'm kind of tempted before we begin, because we're only talking 11.5 k's to get to Fig Tree Pocket, and there's heaps to check out there. But I'm almost tempted to start up at one of the TV stations up here. I might just follow this up here and then we'll just whiz it down, because this is all downhill. You can see how high we're up. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. I think. Geez, they even have a Cubberla Creek trail here, more difficult. Yeah, we'll have to try this. It's actually a pretty nice track. I am working my way up from the bottom though. Okay, I've come out to Kakakota track, and this is some serious ascent here. Whew. What the heck? Who built this track? Whew. I'm just pushing a little bit of this, but can I say this is not fun? I'm pushing it because I don't think I've ever seen a hill this steep. Kakakota track, Mount Coot-tha. This is ridiculous. I should have brought Bonnie out. Made it up to the tower, Channel 9, in front of these two TV anchors. All right, here we go. Let's start from here. That was a bit of a hellhole. Here we go. It all looks nice here, doesn't it? Yeah. And I just assure you, this is a hellhole. Kakakota track. I don't know whether to go down the walking paths up on the side. Oh. I think my brakes will be finished after this. so loose. Sheesh. I was watching a video the other night. They're racing on snow and ice. I think it's called the Mega Lanch. And this kind of, for me, it feels like I'm slipping and just sliding. Except on the snow, they're going like 50 kilometers an hour. I'm just going 25. And that felt sketch for me. I guess that's why they're the Red Bull riders, eh? Here we go. Oh. Okay, that was super steep back up there, wasn't it? I think my brakes are going to be, cactus after this, fried. Here we go. Oh gosh. That's crazy, mate. Crazy. With a Z-double-E. As I came up, somewhere off to my left was the Cubberla Creek mountain bike route. And that's all right. Pretty techy in some parts. There it is right there. I won't go down it because I just want to get on this bikeway. What the heck is this? Hello. Oh, they're all glued on. Tickle. Mount Coot-tha has so many different tracks and trails for hiking and biking. It really is an amazing place. One of my favourite ones is called Rocket Frog. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed Rocket Frog. I reckon that's probably the best mountain biking trail at Mount Coot-tha. All right, here we go. This is the beginning. Hello, sign. Okay, so let's do it, peeps. I think you're really going to like the cycleway here. Most of it's pretty good. There's just a little bit of road riding here, but I'm going to take 2 side quests. Show you something called the Hut, and I'll show you some other massive, it's a water reservoir, but it's huge on Google Maps, so we're going to go check it out. Let's go. This area is Chapel Hill, I believe. Chapel Hill. So the majority of this bikeway is actually downhill because we've actually ridden uphill to the base of Mount Coot-tha. There's our first sign, Cubberla Creek. And I believe Cubberla actually means scrub and or possum. It can be scrubby possum. That's apparently that's what Cubberla means. A nice parkland over there that's called the Merry Park. And I'll tell you what, you better be merry. Now the bikeway deviates into there, which is to the right. Now I'm not going to go there yet because I want to show you these 2 side quests. We'll backtrack here to that bikeway again, but let's go see these 2 things first. I'm actually going to show you 3 things. Lucky devils. There she is, coming into sight. Nestled in amongst the bush here, the Chapel Hill Water Reservoir. Now you have to admit, it is always cool riding around one of these things, right? What's that? I am thirsty. I've run out of water. I need to find a tap to refill my little water bottle. And you'd think at a water reservoir there'd be a tap outlet somewhere around the joint. There ain't jack squat, mate. Let's keep going down to the second place I want to show you. It's called The Hut. I think there should be some sort of track or trail off to the right. Let's see. Okay, go. Should be coming up to it soon. And this is some place that they call the Hut. It's an environmental centre. Maybe they've got a tap. Here we go. The Hut. And there you go, you got a Cubberla. A possum. Yay. Yes. At the back of the hut, they've got things called books. What are these? Okay. Nice little outdoor area. A water tank. Bug hut. Next minute, a big huntsman goes. Alright, so that's the hut. I want to show you one more thing. I think they call it the Green Hill Reservoir. We're going to go down Fleming Road, which is just over here. There's a convenience store literally just there. And we're not going to be stopping and getting any bags of lollies. Let's go to the reservoir. It looks pretty cool from Google Maps. I've got a lolly already. Alright, I think it's up here. I think this is meant to be quite large. Let's go around it down through here. I should have brought my drone, get an overhead shot of this place. So has anyone actually been here before? This is bigger than the one at Kakakota Forest, I think. It's pretty cool. They got like picnic shelters around the place, benches. Oh wow. This place has a magical view. Ooh, what the heck? Look at this. Oh my gosh. It always is funny. It looks like people are talking to themselves, but in our modern age, they're talking to someone else. Technology. Brisbane City, just over there. Look at this. So there would have been some toilets here at some stage. There's another one just over here. Hang on. Or it's a secret nuclear bunker. It's something. This is so nice. I've never known about this place. I'm pretty sure it's called the Green Hill Reservoir. I wonder if we can go up there. I'll take a ride to the base of the stairs. This has to be closed off. Must be. Feels like I'm climbing up one of those Olympic diving towers. All right. Good thing I did not bring the bike up the stairs. Check it out. You can still get a good visual of it. And of the camera. Hello. So yeah, magical place. Oh, lucky. No one's taken the bike yet. No yowies. All right, let's keep going, I think. Back to the bikeway. Man, that woman can talk loud. Okay, we've come back to the Cubberla Bikeway. Here we are, Cubberla Creek. Now this is the same segment where that massive lawnmower taking up the whole width of the cycleway was. Now the creek is obviously just off to my right there, so just so you know where you are. And very, very nice, you know, very shady, grove feeling. Good view of old mate over there. He's doing a great job. Now we'll just get on across this road here. And I'm just looking at a problem. I can see I have a bit of a puncture right there. I'm going to have to put on my other tube. Just got to do a tube change. I can feel air escaping from here. Let's go down to these parklands here and do what we got to do, brother. Here we go. Perfect place for this mechanical operation in the shade. Yeah, check it out. You can see it right there. Okay. All right, this bench is proving fine. Well, it's always good to carry backup tubes. Never know when something like this can happen. This is probably a good time just to remind you that if you had a tyre puncture on your bike as you're riding, do you actually know how to change your tubes? Like, do you actually know how to fix your tyre? It's very, very important to be able to know just how to fix up your tyre on the fly. I've known quite a few cyclists, they go riding but they got no idea how to fix a puncture or how to change the tube on their bike tyre, let alone the car they drive. With my tube in, now work my way around the bead. Okay, there we go. Let's get some air into this thing now. Now I carry one of these manual little tiny micro pumps, but I've also got a Cuspo digital tyre inflator, and these are simply brilliant as well. I think you can pump like about 2 or 2.5 tyres with this, which is great for sort of emergencies. Let's turn it on. Get it going. This will start to pop very soon. And there we go, pumped up to 30 psi. Now that took me about 2 minutes to pump up, but I just want to stress, make sure you know how to fix up your tyre on the go if you're riding a bike. There's no point in having the flashiest bike and you've got no idea that you've got to carry, things such as tubes, such as an inflator, bike lever, maybe a digital inflator, very important. If I didn't have these things, I'd be stuck here right now. There we go, put it back on. Bike's all good to go. Hopefully nothing else crazy. I've just got to get rid of this rubber tyre. Where can I chuck it? In Cubberla Creek? No, there's a bin over here. All right, let's get back onto the bikeway, shall we? Hope I haven't forgotten anything, like my phone or my keys anywhere here around here. The bikeway's just up there. But then again, this is also a bikeway, isn't it? Is it? This looks pretty good. But I tell you what, if I puncture my tyre again, then I'm gone. Gonski. Okay, where am I? Ooh, a bit of drainway action coming up down there. But no, I will stick to up here. Let's get to the bikeway. There's a little bit of this roadway riding. However, it is a nice area to ride. This is Chapel Hill State School, right there. All right, we want to work our way to Fig Tree Pocket. All right, I've just come off Ironbark Road and we are back on the bikeway. Yay! Goes around here. So let me just say something to you. Let me just tell you something. Fig Tree Pocket. Why the heck is it called Fig Tree Pocket? Well, I read that it comes from the Morton Bay fig tree that used to populate the area back in the day. Maybe we might see some. I don't know. Are these Morton Bay fig trees? I'm not that good with trees. Look at that. Is that a Morton Bay fig tree? I don't know. But I read back in the day, and I'm talking like 1860s, see that? There used to be like the largest Morton Bay fig tree in Fig Tree Pocket. They named it after it, but this one fig tree, the movie Avatar, and there was that big tree thing? Well, think like that. This one fig tree, I'll see if I can get a picture of it, was said to be so big, 400 people could be sheltered around the base of it. Now, the fig tree is no longer there. Apparently it just died out of natural causes or something. Look at this. What the heck are these two pipes here for? Geez, how much sewage is coming out of Chapel Hill over to Fig Tree Pocket? I don't know why that makes me laugh. A tree so big, it could shelter 400 people under it. That's what they say. It's no longer there. It died, and there's a reserve. So we're going to check out that reserve when we get to it. The other thing that's over at Fig Tree Pocket is Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. I remember going there when I was in grade 3. Apparently it's been there since 1923. Check out the drain. Have we got to get across here? I should have gone through the drain, mate. Look, cross over by the lights. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I think that's still going to be the fastest way to get across here. Honestly, I should have gone through the drain. Got to press it 20 times. There's a McDonald's here. I always go here after I do a couple of trailers at Gap Creek or the back of Mount Coot-tha. You got to get 2 ice cream cones every single time. It's mandatory. It's the law, the mountain biker's law. Maybe if I press it 2 more times. Yes, it worked. See? Who says pressing it 100 times doesn't make it go faster? Yes, it does. It always works. Okay, so it continues down this way. Fig Tree Pocket. Why the heck is it called Pocket? Well, because the Brisbane River literally wraps right around it. That's why it's called a pocket. Yeah, I know. You learn something new every day, right? Apparently, it suffered a lot when Brisbane flooded, because the nature of pockets is, because it sort of goes like this, when there's inundated with water, it just breaks the banks and goes over. At least it does over at my way where I live with the Logan River. Very sheltered section here. We're going to come up to where we cross over the Western Freeway. Over or under, I can't remember. Under or over. Really nice bamboos there. Big trees. Big bikeway. Big Bertha. Here we've got the hard workers earning 150k per year by drilling. I love using those augers. They're so much fun. No fun if you have to do it all day though. I'll dig 1 hole and that's it, that's fun. If you've got to dig 2 holes, it's not fun anymore and I'd hate it. The wraps here, going over Cubberla Creek, Scrubby Possum Creek as it's called. And you got a person on their mobile phone straight ahead, just like every person in the world. Yep, we love our mobile phones, don't we? Can't take our eyes off of it. You're probably watching this video right now from a mobile phone. Hey, I might just take a second to just check out the creek a little bit more closer, because we're going to lose the creek here for a short time as we get on over the Centenary. Yeah. Look at that. All right, Centenary Highway over there. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, why don't you give it a thumbs up? If you're not subscribed, why don't you subscribe? This is the kind of stuff I do. If you don't know me, my name's John. This is what I do. I just ride my bike around and film it and blab. I jibber jabber and I talk to you like this. That's just weird. All right, let's work our way across the main highway, okay? Now I'm going to cheat a little bit. You can go up and around. I just saw a shortcut right here, mate. Oh yeah. Man, that was steep. Okay, where can I go? Here we go. Where Yellow Shirt Man is. He looks like a bumblebee. Yay! Sorry, mate. I mean that in a really good way. I got to be really careful because a number of locals are starting to watch my videos, and I never really thought about it before. By the way, the Centenary or the Western Freeway, but I sometimes just make stupid comments. I don't know why. There's no ill intent, just about people and things like that. And then they tell me they watched my video and they're like, oh mate, that was me you passed. You know, I might make up something like, I'll go, oh mate, that guy was going do 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 do, and I don't know why I do it. I just do it, and people are starting to watch and going, that was me. What the heck? Unsubscribed. I really appreciate anyone that watches, and you know, if I happen to video record you, here we go. This is a beautiful stretch. Then it's all with good intentions, and I just I do joke around quite a bit. It's just who I am. Now we're coming towards the end of this bikeway. It goes through this whole parkland system. I think they call this Rainbow Park, and it comes out, the actual start of this bikeway is Dobell Street. I'll show that to you, but I'm gonna go then after that to the Fig Tree Pocket Reserve, and I'll show you a couple of really, really nice segments that I saw on my way here. This is nice, isn't it? Come on now. I look like a motorbike postie. Australia Post coming. Righto, and lo and behold, this is the end of the bikeway. Let's just get up here so you can see. Otherwise you won't believe it. Dobell Street. Oh, there we go, Rainbow Forest Park. Rainbow, God's promise. So from here, we're going to work our way down towards Lone Pine Sanctuary. We'll see if we can find where Cubberla Creek comes out into Brisbane River, because it flows out in there all the way from Mount Coot-tha. Over here, there are no more bikeways. This is all just grassy reserve, but it's really nice. We'll work our way through the Rainbow Forest of Mysteries. It's just a beautiful section here. You see the creek line there. I don't even know where I can and can't ride. There's no signs or anything. Let's just keep going here. End of the line? What? No, it's not the end of the line. It's just the start of the fun. So I can tell this would all get flooded out like crazy with any flood waters. It's just that type of terrain here. It's all good? Okay. Hello? Hello? Come on. All right. Is there a friendly dog?
Yeah, he's very friendly.
Ah, okay.
Like to taste the bite.
Yeah. Hello?
No, he's just going
Yeah, can smell mine.
to let the man go.
Maybe.
You're gonna let the man go.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
All right, have a good day. Cute little dog that was interested in mountain biking. Here we go, look at this. This is just amazing, what can I say? This is like a playground. Look at that. Whew. Literally a playground. Anyways, let's come out of the forest of mystery. That is so good. Oh, I just can't stress. It's carrying a rat, I think. That crow. Anyways, we come out to a little bit more open fields. Look, lots of little track and trails that go in and out. So good. Obviously there's people that are walking with unleashed dogs. That's okay. As long as you don't have a dog with rabies. Oh, cockatoos. Hey, here's something interesting. All the different types of birds and all the different types of butterflies. There's so many places here where you can just pull in like this. Watch. Just have a cup of joe. Actually, I'm going to go all the way to Fig Tree Pocket. What the heck is that? This looks like some kind of a cubby house. So simply gorgeous in my estimation and view of life. And you can just see what flood waters can do. Like literally push over this whole fencing system. Actually, let's go across. Thank you. Brisbane floodwaters. That just saved me from having to go around there. Okay, all grass. Now obviously I could ride up on the road and show you what the roadways are like, and I will be doing that in parts, but I'm just showing you an alternate way through towards, I guess, where Cubberla Creek goes into Brisbane River, and we're going to come out to Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary also. This is all grassy fields just to ride through for a segment, and then it'll bring us out to the road, whatever it's called. Here we go. And just over here is Cubberla Creek, and we're not far now where the inlet is into Brisbane River. Let's just get an overhead view. So that's it there. I wonder if we can actually get out to, you know, where the inlet is. I'll try. Well, I've come to a bit of a dead end. The creek runs on the other side. I'll take one more look. Can't go here. Very affluent area around here. They own bush turkeys and everything. I'll try coming from the other side of the creek, but I don't think I'm going to have much luck. I think private property surrounds both sides, and you simply just can't get to see the inlet. Like, here's another dead end. There's the creek, but I think this is as good as it's going to get. So probably another, I don't know, 50 metres up there is the Brisbane River. And yeah, anyways, what can I say? We can't see it. Let's go check out Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary and any other sites that I see. I think these people have a bit of money. There's a sign. Now this street is actually called Cubberla Street. And from here, this is an easement. You can see the Brisbane River, but I'm going to show you a much better view. I'm just going down some other random parkland that I saw. I think it comes to a dead end. Well, when I say dead end, I think I'll have to backtrack it, but we're going to see the Brisbane River again because I know how much you love it. It is a dead end. Yeah, look at the views. Across the river there's some sort of big boardwalk area. I've been across there once before. I think Graceville train station is literally just beyond there also. That's you'll do that if you're doing the Brisbane River bike loop. And here's the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. I think they've got more than just koalas, but there's the car park. Let's just go in through the main drag. Discover your sanctuary. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know how far in I can ride, but this is it. Let's just take a look here. I really can barely remember this from my grade 3 visit. Anyone been here lately? How much does it cost? What do they have here? If you know more information, put a little comment in. I've been fascinated to know if they're dealing with more than just koalas these days. Let's go down the main drag called Fig Tree Pocket Road, which is just up here. We go down left, Fig Tree Pocket Road. Sign, you can't miss it. Now this is the one main road that goes up through the guts, coming out to the end pocket. Very, very wide road. What is this, like an equestrian place? I don't know. Got lots of horses in the paddocks. And then over on this side, it's all fenced off. I think I saw on Google Maps, it said something like Velociraptor flying place. Whatever the heck that is. Velociraptors. What the heck? That's dinosaur stuff. You remember how I was talking to you about this one big Morton Bay fig tree back in the day? It was so big you could shelter 400 people. This is where apparently it was. The tree died, but apparently they marked out a reserve specifically around the area where it was situated. How beautiful is this? And they call it the Biami Yamba Park. All right. Okay, let's go see where this tree would have been. Oh my gosh, this is jacarandas, right? I mean, look, it's just falling everywhere. The flowers on it. This here is a very, very nice parkland. There's a big open lagoon there with water bubbling out. Oh my goodness, it's the rare Australian ibis. Check it out. So here we go, Morton Bay fig tree. Oh. I have to say, this is gorgeous. So that's a Morton Bay fig tree. I'm almost certain of it because I'm almost an expert. These trees, apparently there used to be a lot more, but there was one main tree somewhere here. And it was massive. Like, it is such a shame that it died off. If you can see my map, fig tree pocket, that's the pocket. We are here, right in Biami Yamba Park. I want to go to the end, like my car is parked right at the end, beautiful parklands. But I'm going to backtrack just a little because I can see there's a track that leads all along this side of Brisbane River. And we're going to follow that all the way around to the car park. There is another track you can ride. I rode that this morning up this way, and that's nice. It's not too long, but this one looks like a really good long track. Let's go check that out. Mactier Street. Apparently down here, there should be a track that leads us along the Brisbane River. Yeah, so I've never seen this before, never heard of it, never nothing with it. Actually says Newland Street. Newland Street. What the heck? Okay. All right. Let's do it. So this will be going around the backside of that whole Fig Tree Pocket Equestrian Club. And you'll see there's this massive green space, sort of a pathway, I guess, grassy pathway, where you can go and explore the Brisbane River on this side. And at least it's a downhill run, like that's pretty cool. I'm not having to push uphill. Yeah, if this floods, like Brisbane River floods, this all goes under. But at least, look, for now, there is a great track and trail. Sheesh. Whoever would have thought? I'll have to bring the Bonnell here. Perfect. You know, you got your trucks, maintenance trucks coming through here, spraying the weeds. Oh, mate, you got a bit of your hose hanging off the back end. Let me show you something. I'm seeing something across the river there. I'll come to an end point and I'll point out what it is. Across the river right there, this is the back of Jindalee, or 17 Mile Rocks. That's all closed off now, but I've ridden here before, Edenbrook Bikeway, that's the one. Back in the day, there's all remnants of a conveyor belt system, and I'm pretty sure that they would mine out certain type of rock for crushing and making bricks with. And the whole conveyor belt system, the pylons are still all the way through there. If you have a look at my Edenbrook Bikeway video, I show it all to you there. It's fascinating, but this is literally the other side of it now. You could probably scramble your way up to the top of that hill. I have looked at that once upon a time, but just over here I can see the conveyor belt system from here. Fascinating stuff. All right, let's continue behind these very affluent houses. Imagine how much one of these houses is worth, eh? 500,000? I think not. Try 5 million. Right here on the Brisbane River front. Sheesh. Anyways, whatever makes them happy. But this is good, isn't it? You know, for me, Fig Tree Pocket is like a little hidden gem. You know, I could ride around the streets and that kind of stuff, but look, these are the parts that if you enjoy getting out up on your bike or just walking, well, this is what you'd want to know. That you could literally ride along the Brisbane River, and I'm going to come out to some pristine parklands with ample parking. It's where I parked my car. I'll be having my cup of joe there. I've ridden a total of 38 kilometers. It'll be 40 kilometers in total from where I started from here, went up to Mount Coot-tha and all the way back. I'll just ride the footpath just so you can get a feel for what it's like. Just absolutely beautiful. Let's go down here. This pocket, you could literally ride all the way around the edge of the pocket. I'll just show this part to you, and then it's coffee time. Public boat ramp right here. This is where I rode this morning to get up to the start point. Here is a little jetty. Just lovely. And what's nice is it's the middle of the day now. I think it's like 1 o'clock hitting the Arvo, but it's just so peaceful. I'm the one making all the noise. There's a house being constructed there, so I can hear Chippy just, you know, cutting away and tapping his hammer. But just over here, there's a breeze blowing. It's just beautiful. There is a noisy helicopter though. And as you can see, look, this is where I parked my car. And I think I'll be having a cup of joe over here. There's a nice shady spot. Oh yeah. Once again, I've got the Alton Mino. This is the smallest, the latest, and the greatest from the Alton series. I've got my capsule in here already. Hold it down for 2 seconds, and there we go. Let it do its magic. Oh no, I've literally run out of battery juice. It went to boiling point. That's actually boiling point. I've got a coffee capsule in there, and yeah, I can't. It's not going to work. Yeah, the battery's just died. Oh gosh, I forgot to check and recharge it beforehand. Well, at least I've got a muesli bar. I hope you got something out of the video. I'm just going to talk to my mouth full. Sorry. Fig Tree Pocket, really nice. I thoroughly loved it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for riding with me. Hope you give the video a thumbs up. If you're keen on seeing any other bikeways, check out my back catalogue of bikeways. I've got so many, it's not funny. They're not just for people who ride bikes. You might be interested in walking or hiking, and those videos can also showcase areas where you can go and explore yourself. Thank you so much for joining me again, and hope you have a great day. Catch you on the next one.